Hey guys, Chad here with Strength After 30, coming to you from Arsenal Health and Fitness in Denver down at the DTC. Probably the best place you can come to in town and get your hormones checked, get classes. It's a fantastic place. It's a wonderful facility and amazing people. They're letting me use the facility tonight to talk to you about the most important lift that you're not doing. And especially if you're over 40, the game changes on you whether you realize it or not. Things like bone density, and then any kind of exercise that can help balance out your hormones, which is lifting heavy. But if we're going to start lifting heavy, we need to look at the basic, which is picking things up off the ground. And this is really important to me because my dad, he was pulling a tree out of a hole in the yard, and he wasn't deadlifting. He was in shape, but he wasn't, doing anything that really strained his back. And he pulled up on that tree, popped his back, slipped a disc. He's never been the same. He actually had to get some things fused here recently. And so heading that off at the pass is important. And again, if you're over 40, the game's changing on you. So let's go ahead and beat it. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna work on something called the farmer's carry. Again, this isn't a sexy, cool movement that has all the optimizations and all the science-based stuff that's going on nowadays. This is something that we can use to help build foundational strength for you that is similar to a deadlift. And actually, this is something that we can use to bridge our way up to being able to do a deadlift. We don't have to do, the thing with deadlifts, I'm gonna show you right now. So with deadlifting, it's at this height because this is how high they made the plates. It has nothing to do with this is the best height for your body, it's the most optimal movement, anything like that. They made the weights about this high, so that way, when it fell on you, it didn't crush you. That's the point of this height. And that doesn't mean anything for us. So when we're looking at deadlifting, the bar is in front of us. And again, it's here because they made a damn bar as opposed to something like a trap bar, more, kind of newer implement, or the farmer's carry implements that you'll see later in the video. But a lot of times people have trouble with the deadlift because the weight is out in front of them. We don't have to do it this way, but we can take cues from the deadlift and apply it to something like the farmer's carry. So for example, when we get into position, we want to focus on bracing, okay? And this is extremely important, and people tend to not do it right. So when we think about bracing, people think maybe, oh, I need to suck in. No, it's pushing out, okay? So we're gonna put our hands right here, just on the edge, not directly in front, just right here. What you're gonna practice, and this can be a little tough, is breathing in and pushing my fingers out. See how that goes out like that? Okay. And I'm bracing, and I'm flexing, as if someone's gonna punch me in the stomach. Now notice, when I do this, what doesn't happen is when I push out, my butt doesn't flare out. This isn't an Instagram video, okay? We don't want this motion. This puts a ton of pressure on our erectors when we're lifting. So what we want to do is push out here, and look, my back is straight, okay? So that's the motion that we want to keep locked in. Shouldn't say motion, but you know what I mean. When we bend down to pick something up. And now the next motion that we add in is we push our shoulders down and away from our ears like someone's trying to tickle us, okay? So it's like this. I'm trying to extend this as far down as I can, and what that does is it turns on our lats, and that helps lock our back, okay? So I build my brace, down and away, and that is when I then push my hips back. I don't drive my knees forward to come down, the hips come back, okay? And this is gonna be similar to something we're gonna do called a low bar squat. That'll be in a different video, but it's very similar. So we do here. Come down, and you're gonna wanna be lifting wherever you're comfortable from in this range. Now what's beautiful with the farmer's carry is that you don't have to be at a gym, okay? You can do this at home with something like milk jugs, if that's where you're at, okay? It doesn't matter where you start, right? We all start somewhere, okay? So wherever you're at, make the exercise meet you. Don't do it the other way around. Don't be intimidated by it. The important part is to start, and then to start smart, okay? That's the point of all this, because the purpose of this channel is for people that are north of 30, maybe 40, even further along, 50, 60, that have either been in and out of the gym, for decades and maybe make some progress, lose some progress, make some progress, lose some progress, or for people that are finally coming to the realization that they need to start training heavier, particularly women that are approaching or are in perimenopause. Lifting heavy is so important, and it can be really foreign. For example, I know ballet dancers that have now had to transition to thinking about lifting heavy, and it's been a really tough transition for them. If we can start with something simple like this, we can build on it, okay? So the deadlift, we have this weight out in front of us, and what we do is brace, shoulders down, sinking back, and then what I would do is I grab the bar and then watch my back. My back stays level, but what I do is I kind of tea kettle forward a little bit, and I grab the bar, and I don't know if you can hear that little click from this moving up, but that's called taking slack out of the bar. So I come down, grab, and then I move my knees forward, but my back stays the same. And right from there is when I would push up and do the deadlift. But we're not going to do that. We're doing farmer's carries. So, but the movement is the same. We want to lock that all in. So for here, if we're going to, depends on what you have around the house. Again, I prefer something with a handle. It can be anything like, again, a milk jug or some barbells that have a little grip on them.
Here's a quick little demo on using sandbags. Again, this can be anything with a handle. It just doesn't have to be something that you find at the gym.
Kettlebells are great. Love these because they're a little higher. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stand with my feet. I'll twist this way for you. Right here, it's kind of near my ankle. It's not at the front of my foot. It's not all the way at the back. It's right around the middle. I like to put it right around the ankle. It's a little, again, it's a little further back than if we were doing a deadlift. It puts us in a really strong position. So again, I'm going to go ahead, push out on my core, push my arms down, drive the hips back. Okay, reach down, grab, and I'm going to go ahead and take that slack out. That can take a little while to get used to, but really it's just this. Okay, I'm just extending down to grab it, and then I'm setting, and see how my hands come up a little bit when I do that? Okay, that's just taking the slack out, because what we don't want to do is we don't want to jerk the weight up. That can make you feel strong, but it's ineffective, okay, and you're going to hurt yourself. So we want to do, again, driving down, up, and then we're going to add walking to it. And while I'm walking, there's not a lot of space here right now, but while I'm walking, I am keeping my core engaged the entire time.
Okay, right in line with what we were talking about before of setting up for the hitch with the lift, and then the entire time keeping that core engaged all the way throughout the walk. Obviously, walk further than I am here. That's just for the video.
Okay, so kettlebells work really well with dumbbells. We can make them work, and you'll see in the demo I do later, it can be a little tough taking these up off the ground. So that's pretty far down, okay? And especially if you're new to this movement, that can be really tough. I prefer, if we can, get a little box like this, stand in the middle, give yourself a little room, okay, and put the dumbbells on there. Okay, now we're able to do our movement, get stitched. See how they come up when I do that little hitch? And walk, okay? It's a really effective movement. Trains, I think it's over 20 something muscles in your body. It's an incredible movement. You're gonna see on some of the demos I do a little bit later, where I'm using the Farmer's Carry strongman implements. And I started out with a couple 100 pounds.
Well, after I mathed a little later in the day, it turns out it was a little more than a couple hundred.
I wanted to be able to illustrate for you guys what a heavy farmer's walk looks like, because ultimately we want to work this up to being something heavy and challenging, not just waddling around. Remember, this is helping us build up to where we're going to do heavier and heavier movements, and this is that foundational movement to where we're not going to hurt ourselves down the line. But on that last set, I ended up accidentally, just because I was just adding weights to be able to show you guys. It turned out to be 756 pounds, which is a pretty heavy farmer's walk. It kind of caught me off guard because I was going, damn, that feels pretty heavy, dude. Anyway, let's start with this farmer's walk. We're going to build more movements in every video, and then we're going to start putting them together into programs. And if you want more guidance and to get some help, check out the link in the description and the comment in the top comment, and we'll have ways we can get connected. All right, thank you so much. Like and subscribe. Sorry for breathing so hard, just moving around a little bit.